Good morning and welcome to the beach. My name is Rob, and this might just be the very first episode of my daily DeFi harvest. We'll see how it goes, and if you like it, please try to subscribe. Convince me that I should do this more than once. The ADHD is, gonna convince me that it's not worth doing after a little while. So, watch till the end. I'll try to make it fast, and give me a thumbs up if you'd like me to continue. Anyway, as I said, my name is Rob. The channel is BTC Beach, and the goal is to take this one little Bitcoin of mine and turn it into two. So far, we're doing all right. I've been at this since the spring of 2025, and it's growing a little bit. Last month did pretty well, and the month I did a little bit before that, I did okay. And it just keeps getting a little bit better over time, and hopefully with your input, you can help me make a little bit more money off this Bitcoin. The long-term goal is to turn as much money as I can find into Bitcoin. For those of you who are not into Bitcoin, why aren't you? And for those of you who are already here with us, then great. It's good to stack Bitcoin, but I am retired. I am living the BTC Beach dream, more or less. And I need more Bitcoin. So what I've done is I've taken 1.1 Bitcoin, I've turned it into wrapped Bitcoin, and I'm using that to do liquidity providing on different exchanges. And let's get into it right now. So as I was saying, right now it is September 10th. It is about 114,000 per Bitcoin. We've had a nice little run in the last couple of hours, which is great for Bitcoin, not so great for me because I have to pay more. I hate that. Let's have a look. So I use a app or site called VFAT to find different pools to drop my money into. And as you'll see here, I have 4 active right now. 3 of which seem to be pretty standard that everybody seems to like. We're providing between wrapped Ethernet and USDC. I'll miss number 2. The third one is USDC and Bitcoin wrapped in the Coinbase base version. And then the last one is converting between ETH and BTC. The second one sometimes is great and sometimes is absolutely terrible. This is my high risk, high reward one. It's been known to do up to 1% a day. Right now it's doing okay. It made me in the last 20-ish hours. I normally rebalance around noon, but today I'm going early because I have the room to myself and I'm trying out this microphone to see whether it works or not. So a little bit of a background. VFAT lets you find different yield opportunities in farms and pools across a bunch of different DEXs, across a bunch of different protocols. I have been heavily influenced by the guys at the Crypto Labs research channel here on YouTube as well. If you'd like a basic understanding of how they do what they do, and to an extent how I do what I do, give that a view. They do great work, and they also have a free course which doesn't teach you a lot other than what you've already watched, but if you want to get it more quickly than watching a bunch of videos, give their free course a try. Not affiliated with them, but they make great content, and it's far better produced than this. Anyway, this is, as I said, episode 1. We'll see how we do. So what have I got here? I have a big long spreadsheet, which more importantly has a chart attached to it. Here's how I've been doing since the beginning of June or the end of May. As I said, I started earlier, but I didn't keep great records. Bad me. And well, this is what it looks like. The dotted line here in the middle is the price of Bitcoin, because obviously what I have done is mostly tied to Bitcoin, and so if Bitcoin goes up and I go up less, then that sucks. But if my balance goes up faster than Bitcoin, then I'm winning. And so far, I'm doing all right. So we have, we'll go from, I guess, the red line here. So I started with 1.1 Bitcoin, and I've put that as collateral on Aave, and I've used that to get a loan, which is the yellow line. Started off around 60,000, and I paid it off for the first month till it got to a little bit more manageable compared to the value of the collateral. The collateral again being the red line. So as the collateral went up and the loan went down, the Aave loan health got to about 2.0, and I said, that's pretty healthy. I can live with that. And I decided to, instead of reducing the value of the loan, which when you pay off a loan, you get the guaranteed increase in your value equal to the reduction in the loan. So if the loan is at 5%, then you're getting a guaranteed 5% return on your money. Some people call that great. I call that eh. So Bitcoin is likely to go up much faster than 5% a year. It's been doing, depending on who you ask and the time frame you look, between 40 and 60% per year. And so if you compare between 40 and 60 to 5, you're obviously doing better than paying off the loan. So I've decided to keep the value of the loan at a 2.0 health factor, which means, if I remember correctly, a loan to value roughly in the 40 to 45% range. There is more than adequate capital to hold on to it in case of a big sell-off in Bitcoin. But if there is, I realize there's a risk, and I'm willing to pay down the loan to keep positions going. But as it stands right now, if we go to the top line, which is the green, as of right now, there's about 158. I haven't done today's update, but today there's about $159,000 worth of capital to a loan value of about 52. So healthy. I'm not running from a script, so please excuse me if I'm repeating myself, but the liquidity pools, which is on VFAT, we will see in a second, and that's what I use daily to purchase mostly more Bitcoin, but occasionally I will also purchase other things like ETH and maybe Sol. I'm thinking about Sol right now. I have another position in a tokenized MicroStrategy that's not really doing it for me, so I'm probably going to rotate out of that and into Sol, but I'm having liquidity problems, of all things, getting out of the MicroStrategy X. And over the next week, you'll probably see me try to get through that. Anyway, I've rambled too long. I'm just going to get into the daily harvest, which is what I do. So I'll go back to the daily graph here, a daily chart here. So let's see what I've done. I'm going to be flipping between screens. I hope you don't get motion sickness over this, but I have to flip through screens because I'm doing it on a small enough screen today to make it visible for YouTube. So what have we got here? This is VFAT again. We have total deposits of 67,000. We've earned, call it $200 today, which is great. As I think I previously mentioned, I normally do this at 12. It's now 10:15. So I'm a little bit under 1 day. And this is what I've earned. Everything in the middle is good. We are still in range with all of our positions. And that is the goal with liquidity providing. Stay in range, stay in range, stay in range, stay in range. People talk a lot about impermanent loss, and they think it is the biggest scary thing ever. But if you're not doing leverage positions, I've found that if you need to rebalance a little bit, it's not the end of the world. You're still making money, and the goal of this portfolio is not to beat the return of any particular asset, whether it be Bitcoin, whether it be Ether, or whether it be Arrow for that matter. All I really want to do is collect money and throw it into Bitcoin. That's all I want to do. It's pretty simple. So I am going to go through and do that right now. I've got my hard wallet here, or my cold wallet, sorry, and I'm going to be using MetaMask. Sorry, I'm typing in my little password here. I'm going to be using MetaMask to authorize the transactions and pull this all into Bitcoin. Before I do that, I'm going to check one last thing though. I need to update the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I will pop over to this tab. I don't have an ad blocker, I just have Safari. So we're at 114.160. So I'll update this to 114.160. ETH is at 44.44. So that means we are at 15.24% of the holdings are in Ethereum. So we want more Bitcoin. The goal is to keep 15% Ethereum and no more. I made a switch about, when did I do this? About August 14th, so about a month ago, I decided that because of the Tom Lee pump on Ethereum, that it was likely to do better than Bitcoin over the short term, maybe the intermediate term. So call me crazy, I jumped on the bandwagon, and well, here I am right now. I've purchased enough to get up to about 15%, which in my case is around 5 ETH. So that dropped my previous holdings of 1.16 Bitcoin down to 1.05. Yeah, about 1.05. And it's slowly climbing back up. I should be at 1.1 pretty shortly. And I'm not buying more ETH, although the value does change every day because of the way Aave gives you money every day. Not a ton, but hey, every little bit helps. And we keep on growing our bag. Let's see now. So we got BTC and ETH priced out. So we're definitely going to be buying BTC today. And these are just, any number in the future is my estimate of basically what could be, and then I replace it with real values every day. So what do I have here? I have on VFAT 67,135. Harvest is going to be 242. And let the harvesting begin. Clickety click. Please excuse the clicking, but you're going to see a bunch of stuff go by quickly here. So in VFAT, we want to go to harvest. What do we want? We want CBBTC, which is Coinbase wrapped BTC, or BTC on Base network. Route calculation failed. That's interesting. Haven't seen that one before. VFAT is great until it's not. It breaks pretty frequently, but it gets the job done. And honestly, other than some wonkiness every once in a while, it's been reliable, and it makes me a bunch of money. So I'm not thinking about going elsewhere just right now. People ask me to try new things. I'm old. I like things that work, so I'm happy to lose 9 cents on this. And this is giving it to me in full screen. Oh, because I'm on full screen for YouTube. All right, please excuse the formatting. I'll figure this out maybe for some other time. So now I have to sign this. And it's done. I have a bunch of CBBTC now. Great. So this is down to 0, and I'll do this again for the next 3 positions as well. Yeah, there's some funky things I do every once in a while because, well, I do stupid things. But I'm going to do things the basic way right now. I'm going to turn everything directly into CBBTC. I will lose 6 cents. Oh well, not all that concerned about 6 cents. Network fees are pretty high today. Normally they're like 2 or 3 cents. Again, I'll happily pay 30 cents to make a couple $100 a day. I'm good with that. And I have to sign, of course, instead of talk. So I will click some buttons. And we're done again. Harvest. Get us some CBBTC. And I have to remember to sign. I'm sorry, guys and ladies. And the last one, our little guy. And sign. If I do this again, I'm going to get better at it. I do promise you people. And we are complete. So I now have, once this refreshes, I'm back to 42 cents, and I will deal with that tomorrow. So we're finished with VFAT. Now let's go on over to Aave. I'll spare you the long-winded story, but as I said before, I have borrowed currently $52,293. This goes up every day by about $10 to $12. The APY bounces around, but in general, again, it's about $10 to $15, and I'm making a couple hundred to sometimes much more. And yeah, I'll pay the interest to make 10 times that much or more. Anyway, and on the other side, I have, as shown on the previous graph, 1.09 CVBTC and just over 5 ETH. So now I have $199 of CVBTC, which I will supply. I will supply the max. Keeps my health factor nice and healthy. I will approve. And I have this thing about not approving unlimited balances, even if it doesn't make much difference. But I don't know. Why would I give anything the right to spend an unlimited amount? It just doesn't seem right to me. So I will approve that. I will clicky. I have approved, and now step 2, I will supply. I will approve. The transaction is complete. Excellent. So I'll just update my graphs, and we're done for the day. So we are at 52,293. I thought I'd be at 52,296, 52,293. I now have, this is the easiest way to get the actual value. A few more, whatever you call them, fractions of an ETH, and CBBTC is now at 109. And there you have it. This is my daily. I will have a quick check at the graph. And I'm going to ignore MicroStrategy X for now, because as I said, it's going to become a Solana position as quickly as I can get out of it. That's how I look at the chart. Hey, it's up a little today. Great. And there you have it. Thanks everybody for putting up with me, and maybe I'll do this again sometime. This has been Rob with the BTC Daily Harvest, and have a good one. Cheers.